Look, if you're gonna work out at the gym, what, you might do 10 reps, maybe 12 of any given set, maybe 20, but some are actually now trying 365 reps of sex in a 365-day sex challenge. And joining us now on the phone is Brittany, who embarked on her own year-long challenge with her husband. Brittany is on the phone, and I have to ask you, before we get into the details, how and why did you decide that we're going to do 365 days straight?
You know, it was a completely selfish decision. Sort of the final stop on my body image journey was really kind of liking what my body looked like naked. I conquered a bathing suit. I found jeans I loved. But being completely naked was still a bit of a hang-up for me. And then I remembered when my kids were babies that you should let a child try a new food 10 times before they decided if they liked it. And I thought, I wonder if this could apply to liking my body naked. And so this project was kind of an overreaction to a really important problem. And with my husband's blessing, we kind of jumped right into it.
Did you ever skip a day during the course of the year?
Well,
Take a sick day?
Robots. Yeah, they're robots. So, you know, if my period was heavy that day or we had the stomach flu or traveling to work, we took a pass on sex. But we would try to sort of connect in other ways because intimacy isn't always sex. Like it could be talking or like sexting throughout the day or even getting to like second base on the couch like teenagers.
And kudos to your husband.
Yeah.
That's a big challenge. Okay, honey, 365 days straight. You better get ready. Stand at attention. Let's go.
I would say he probably had a good urologist standing behind him with a good sample cabinet. Because rising to the occasion every day for 365 days is not for the faint of heart or the faint of whatever.
No, I mean, even at any age.
That's impressive.
If I did that experiment, I'd probably say, okay, honey, we're done. We don't have to do it anymore. But you know, there is something to that. They've done some other sort of mini experiments where they'll challenge couples to go for every day for a month or every day for a week. Because I think every day for a year is probably on the, the far end of the bell curve. I mean, kudos. But the couples do report that after that they sort of are reinvigorated, not just about the sex, but about the emotional intimacy. And they see each other in a different light, not just in the dark. And it's really something that sort of is a positive, even though they all do report in these other mini experiments a feeling of a sense of fatigue or a sense of, oh God, we still have to do that tonight. But nonetheless, they end up with a more positive
It's kind of like going
intimacy.
to the gym sometimes, right?
Sure.
You don't always, if you're doing it every night,
Yeah.
it's not like you want to go to the gym, but after you do, you're like, oh, I'm glad I went. I feel good.
Exactly.
And
There are other health benefits of having
yeah,
sex,
certainly.
Yeah.
clearly.
Takeaway here is, Brittany, we're
Sex
actually...
every day, it beats a one-a-day vitamin, doesn't it?
Well,
Brittany, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us.
Thank you.
You know what? Here's what I do think is interesting. It's remarkable when you look at the statistics of how, as time goes on, couples between the ages of 18 to 29, on average, 112 sex sessions per year. I don't know what is included in a session. Age 40 to 49, the average is 69 sex sessions per year. So it's almost half as much after 2 decades older. So it's interesting.
well,
it's a good
as I've
reminder.
gotten older, I've approached sex sort of like training. Fewer reps, more weight.
Before we let you go, as the resident urologist, mentally as a man, if you want to take on this challenge with your wife, do you go talk to your urologist?
You probably would be better off with a little help because, especially for couples, say 40s, 50s, it's natural for a man's refractory period to lengthen. That is the time between the ability to have another ejaculation. It's just normal. And a lot of guys come and see me in their 30s and they're worried that they're not as sexually active as they were in their 20s and so on. And it's just normal. So if you're really going to take this on and try to have sex every day for 30 days or 365 days, you probably could use a little enhancement. And the good news is these pills, Viagra, Cialis, all the rest, they're very safe. The only danger is if you were to take them with nitroglycerin, and that's usually a medication that somebody with a bad heart has.
Dr. Spitz, thank you so much
My pleasure. All right.
for joining us. More to come, everyone.